Hello, today we will speak about the exponential growth and his applications. Because in the last video we have spoken about coronavirus and said that this virus is growing exponentially. And if you didn't watch this video, please watch it because it's contain important information. As this video, we explain in it the biological contents of the virus. And before I speak, I wanna warn you that this video is containing mathematics. So if you hate mathematics, go to this video, I'll leave his link in the description and I wish you enjoy it. And
Beginning, I'll explain the exponential growth because we don't wanna make you feel misunderstanding. Look with me, it's so easy. Imagine that I have bank and you save dollar in my bank. And because I'm a kind human, I'll give you only 100% of your money, extra money in your saved money daily. So today you have $1. In the second day you would have $2, and in the third day you would have $4 and foreign. Here I wanna you remember that 100% here means that I give you $1 for each dollar you have. Okay, here I'll choose a randomly number and ask you 3 questions. First, how many periods of time after them you will collect this number? Second, how many periods of time after them you will collect the half of this number? Third, how many periods of time after them you will collect this number? Okay, here I don't know your answers, but I'll guess. So if I said something not like your answers, tell me in the comments and I'll apologize to you. Okay, maybe you said that you will spend many years to collect the first number, and you will spend the half of period to collect the half of number, and you will spend few weeks or few months to collect the third number. I trust that all of these are your answers. So if it's really your answers, I'll surprise you and tell you that all these answers are totally wrong. The true answers that you will spend only 1 month to collect the first number, and you will not believe that you will spend only 29 day or month minus day to collect the half of this number, and you will spend only half month to collect the third number. I know, so I'll not blame you because of your answers, because the dollar's number was growing exponential. You will ask, okay, how can this be my excuse in your opinion? To understand what I meant, I'll explain the difference between the exponential growth and the linear growth, and I'll begin with the linear growth because it's easy to understand. Okay, now let me challenge you in a chess tournament, but we will not play with the chessmen, we will play with the rice. Okay, let's suppose that I gave you chessboard has 56 square. Then I told you to put 1 rice pellet in the first square, then in the second put 2, and in the third put 3 and 4. Here I'll ask you how many rice pellets we will put in the final square in the chessboard. You will answer quickly 56. Okay, what we did here, and why here you answered true? Let me answer. Because in the first square we put 1 rice pellet, and in the second we put 1 rice pellet plus 1 or 2, and in the third square we put 2 rice pellet plus 1 or 3, so it's easy to predict with the number of rice pellet which we put in the last square in your opinion. So we can write what happened here in this equation, x plus n, as n here is a constant number, can be changed and can be replaced, but x here is a function and we can replace it with any number. So if we replaced x with the consecutive numbers and made it in a table and tried to draw it as a function, we will get this picture as you see. As you see, it's regular growth as you realize. So we call it linear because your brain can understand it and predict with the relations between his results. Okay, now let me tell you a secret. I led you in an information, that it wasn't chess competition. It was an imaginary experiment was taken from an Indian legend. I'll tell you about it now, so you have to be focused with me. Once upon a time in India, an Indian god wanted to remunerate the chess inventor, and he asked him what did he wanted. Then the inventor asked him to give him some rice because his village was poor. Then the god asked the inventor about the quantity did he need. Then the inventor said, put 1 rice pellet in the first square, then double the quantity in the second square and third square, like which we did in the bank, 1, 2, 4, 8 and 4. The god thought the inventor was crazy, but when he did this, he discovered that he wanted many rice pellets than he imagined. Okay, let's explain the exponential growth and come back to the story. When I ask you, what is the meaning of 10 power 3? You will answer it means 10 multiplied by herself 3 times. And this is the case of the exponential growth. How? Give me the chessboard and I'll show you. Okay, remember that in the bank example we was looking at the money you have and give you the same number, or we was giving you dollar for each dollar you have. Now we will do the same in the chessboard. Okay, we will put one rice pellet in the first square, then come to the second square. How many pellets in the first square? You will say 1, so we will put 2. Let's go to the third square. How many pellets in the second square? You will say 2, so we will put 4 and 4 him. Here you will realize that we was doubling the last number to know the next number, and if we wanted the equation which say this, we will write it as n multiplied by 2 power of m, as n here is the number of rice pellets in the first square, and m here is the number of doubling or the counting squares, as we was multiplying the rice number by 256 times. So if we ask it how much rice pellets we will put in the last square, we will say 1 multiplied by 2 power of 56. It equals very huge number if you try to solve it by the calculator. And you realize another something, that in the beginning of the growth it was simple 1, 2, 4, 8, but after this you will feel with horrible jumps. For example, in the Indian legend, although it's legend, but mathematical it's true. For example, in the 12th square we will need 4096 pellets, and in the 15th square we will need 32,768 pellets, and in the 51st square we will need a very huge number. So don't ask me about the number of rice pellets we will put in the final square. There are more examples about the exponential growth, like if you was able to fold a paper in half 43 fold, your feet will arrive to the moon, but we don't have time to explain it. I'll leave you a video from TED in the sources explain that, or you can read it from our websites. Our websites explain it easily. Here if we looked at COVID-19 growth, it will be the same. One infected man infect another man, so we have 2 conditions, and 2 infected men infect another 2 men, so we have 4 conditions and 4 him. Now let's put numbers and give examples to understand. The World Health Organization said that the number of cases is growing exponential each 25 days. Let's see 30 days. Now let's see the equation which we worked out. N multiplied by 2 power of m. Let's put now a case in the society. I know I'm evil. After 1 month it will be 2. After 3 months it will be 4. After 4 months it will be 8. Your brain will say, don't worry, we aren't safe. But after 2 years it will be 17 million. Can you imagine? And this is the disadvantages of the exponential growth. You don't feel it before the disaster, like the money in the bank and the chessboard. The World Health Organization said that until now the total confirmed cases are 4,178,156 and the total deaths are 286,353 and the total recovered cases are 1,456,493 in 2015 country. Maybe you see that all these numbers are very huge and very horrible, but per as the mathematician, these numbers aren't important. The most important thing is the growth rate. When you say 1 become 2, you say that it doubled, but we say that it raised as 100%, as 1 here needed to add to him 1 to become 2, and 1 here measured as 100% from the old one. Okay, if he became 3, you see that it tripled, but we say that it raised as 200%, as 1 here needed to add to him 2 to become 3, and 2 here measured as 200% from the old one. And we calculate the growth rate by this equation, 1 plus n 100% power of m, as n here is the growth rate, and m here is the number of doubling. Here we don't aim to make the virus stop spreading, as even though we tried to less breaking out of this virus, the virus will spread as we didn't have medicine for it. We want only to reduce the growth rate. Okay, how can we calculate it? All we should do is realizing how many did the cases number raise than the last. And to be told everything, you should know that each country has a growth rate. For example, the growth rate of Italy is bigger than the growth rate of the world 7 times. You will ask, Why? It isn't should any country in the world has the same growth rate? I'll answer no. Each country in the world has a special growth rate, as it's affected by two reasons: the number of the well-healthy persons who would the infected may meet daily, and the probability of contagion. And the doctors say that the growth rate equals the multiplying them by each other. Remember, it isn't mathematical, it's medical. If the number of the uninfected persons who the infected may meet daily got higher by schools and matches and foreign, the number of the growth rate is getting higher. And if the probability of contagion got higher by ignorant hand washing and sterilization, the number of growth rate is getting higher too. Now, to make you feel the really dangerous of the exponential growth, I'll explain you now how it can be very dangerous if the growth rate raised only 1%. To do this, let's take the equation which we worked out. 1 plus n 100% power of m. Let's go. If we had two villages and the first of them has a growth rate 3% and the second has a growth rate 4% or more than the last with 1% only. After a year, the first village, her total confirmed cases will reach to this number, 48,482. But the second, her total confirmed cases will reach to this number, 1,648,803. Can you see the difference? Finally, I wanna tell you that if I asked you to find the difference between the two villages, you will subtract their numbers and give me the results. I'll tell you now that the mathematicians say that the difference between them is only 119 days, or you should add 119 days to the first village to be like the second village. Okay, you will ask me how I could find out this number. Actually, I wrote the way which I used to work out this number on this slide on the screen. You can stop the video and take screenshot for it, or you can find it in our Facebook page in more high quality, or if you subscribe in our Telegram channel, you will find it already in your device, or you can find it in our website. Exactly, I'll leave you the link in the sources. Here, as you see, I forced it to use the logarithms to solve it. If you don't know the logarithms, I'll explain it quickly here. Okay, let's suppose that 10 squared equal 100, and that's true. We will call 10 here x, and we will call 2 here y, and we will call 100 here a. Okay, if we don't know the number y, and we know x, and we know a, so we can say that log x of a equal y, or log 10 of 100 equal 2. If we have 10 power of 3 equal 1000, so we can say log 10 of 1000 equal 3 and 4m. And this was simplified enough to explain, because if I wanted to explain the logarithms, I need a separated video to explain it. So I wish you subscribe in our channel and press like if you loved our video, and switch on the notifications bell to be first one see our new videos. And finally, I wanna tell you some advice from my heart. Stay at home and don't go out from your home, because we are in real disaster and your health is most expensive thing in your life. And I wanna tell all the doctors in all the world that I'm grateful to them, because they are the closest human to the virus. And another word from my heart, I wish my God save you, and thanks for watching.
In conclusion, if you loved our content and loved our video, don't forget to press like and subscribe in our channel and switch on the notifications bell to see our new videos. And don't forget to go down in the description to visit our website to read our scientific articles, and visit our Facebook page to see our scientific news and posts. And don't forget to take a look at the sources down, because it's important. And finally, if you want to support us, we are so grateful to your empathy. You can use our page on Patreon to donate to us. And thanks.